Yo, what's up guys? It's Lungi. So I released the Maliss guide on Sunday, and yeah, I got a lot of views and a lot of people engaging with it, so I'm really grateful for that. So thank you guys for that. But it seems like there's been a few misconceptions about the relationship between Nibiru and Maliss. So maybe I didn't make it clear in the video, so that would be my fault. But Nibiru is not like a death sentence against Maliss, and the plays that I was showing in the first video were not like, well, the first plays were just like showing off like how to play the deck, basically. Just how to do like a basic combo. So not necessarily trying to like play around Nibiru. But in this video, I will just show you how to play around Nibiru with just Dormouse, and the Nibiru will hit at like the most like optimal point in the combo. There are a couple of like combos that you can do to play around Nibiru with just dual mouse, but I'll just show like a basic one, because the Maliss deck is quite complex, and there's a bunch of like combos and combo lines and etc. And you can even change up your extra deck a little bit to kind of like better deal with, like getting nibbed and all that. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do like with the deck. Like the deck is like so much creative potential, but the video is just for like a basic, like straightforward version of Maliss. And then like later on I'll show off like the different other ways that you can play the deck, like chaos, and also like banish Malice, with like necroface and aloof lupine and stuff like that, and with like the chaos, the bysteals and stuff like that. So I will be showing those variants of Malice in a later video, but I just wanted to show like a basic version of the deck. So anyways, so this is how you play around Nibiru with like the basic version of the deck. So Dormouse, Rabbit, summon back, Rabbit's effect, TB11, and then we'll just go into Haggard Lizard. So this is 1, 2, 3 summons. Banish Dormouse, trigger its effect, summon back. So that is 4 summons, and this is 5 summons, right? If they choose to nub here, then like you just chain TB11. So this is chaining 1, the nib will be chaining 2. So you just chain TB11, and then you can basically like full combo after that, because you'll summon Cheshire Cat from the deck, and then nib will resolve sacking the Cheshire Cat, and then you will add the field spell, and then this will come back because you banished it for cost. So if the opponent nibs at this point, which is the 5th summon, then like you're Gucci. You're still gonna do like your full combo. So anyway, let's imagine that they don't do that. They just wait for a more optimal time. So Ransom will search for the field spell. Alright, so after this, we'll just banish Ransom, and then we'll summon Cheshire Cat from the deck. Ransom effect, pay 900, summon it, and then banish Dotscaper. Dotscaper will trigger, and then you summon back to Dotscaper. Alright, so they definitely have to nib at this point, because if they don't nib at this point, then you'll be able to go into like SP Little Knight lines, and then you can easily dodge Nibiru. So they literally have to nib at this point. Otherwise, you can just like make SP, and then you can banish like Cheshire from the graveyard, and then yeah. So opponent activates Nibiru, sacks you 3 monsters, summons Nibiru, and then you get a token. Fine. Link the token away into Link Spider, and then activates Underground, banish Cheshire Cat. Cats pay, summon back, turn them into Splash Mage, revive something, and then go into Binder's effect. You want to banish this so that you have like less targets to banish when you try to OTK your opponent. So banish that. Second effect, set GWC 06. And then you can end your turn. So this is you may think that this field is weak, the setup is weak, but it's actually not, because you'll be able to play on your opponent's turn even if they kill the binder. Whether or not they kill the binder is kind of like irrelevant. If they kill the binder, they're definitely not gonna be able to OTK you, because they have to attack over it with Nibiru, and then main phase 2 they'll try to do stuff, and then we can definitely disrupt them. So Snake Eyes is still at like basically full power as Amina Snake Eyes in the TCG. So you want to wait until like they play like a little bit, like they play into their like combo a little bit, and then at an opportune time, then you'll flip your GWC 06, depending on what they do. Yeah, depending on what you will activate it, depending on what they do basically. But whenever they put up something that you want to basically get rid of, or if they have like some graveyard setup, they've got like Fiendsmith or whatever like in the graveyard, then you want to flip it. So yeah, let's imagine that they don't try to like attack over it, because if they try to attack over it, then basically like next turn you're gonna have like a ton of resources to deal with their board. So anyways, activate GWC06, summon back White Rabbits, Rabbits effect, Rabbit all set, MTP07, right? Then you do this, you banish Binder, and then you can search. You can search Cheshire Cat, doesn't really matter so much, and then you can banish something, non-targeting. Then on the next chain, White Rabbit will trigger, and then you'll draw a card, summon back, and draw a card. So it's these 2 cards on top of the 4 cards that you had in your hand, because we just used the one card to combo off. Let's assume the rest of the cards are like hand traps and not extenders. So on summon, you can use White Binder, and then let's say they have at least like 2 cards that you want to banish from their graveyard. So they got 2 cards you want to banish from their graveyard. So then all you need to do is just banish Ransom. So banish the Ransom. Ransom will trigger, and then pay 900, and then you'll be able to banish. You can banish Dual Mouse. So banish Dual Mouse and then summon the back. If you want to protect them from like destruction effects, then you could just do this instead. Summon White Rabbit here, and then have Dual Mouse here in the middle. Yeah, and then this is like your setup. They can't attack over these. Yeah, they can't attack over these because of the field spell. And then yeah, so they have to like attack over the Link monsters, and then attack over these ones. On top of like losing 2 cards in the graveyard, and then losing one card in the field. They'll still have Nib on the field, because no point like trying to banish the Nib. There's no point. So yeah, so doing all this on top of having like the 4 non-engine cards that you drew, you'll definitely be able to deal with whatever your opponent throws at you. And you didn't actually use much of your extra deck. Just 1 to like 3 cards in your extra deck. You still have like SP Little Knight to banish your monsters from the graveyard. You can make a link. You can make your 2 link ones, because we didn't use the link ones either. So yeah, that's the basic way to play into Nibiru with your 1 card combo. But anyways, part 3 is coming very, very soon. Just doing some editing for that. I just wanted to clear this up for any of you guys that were kind of confused about the power of Nibiru against Maliss. It's good against Maliss, but like it's not a death sentence. You can actually like play around it and do like a basic like decent play that will allow you to disrupt your opponent and then still have like a fighting chance like on the next turn. But anyways, see you guys.